Okay, here's another video review, and I'll give you one to work on your own tomorrow. Cross those directions out. Okay, I don't need you doing that. Okay, determine whether each function is an example of exponential growth or decay. So again, remember, this is to the x power, not times x. Totally different operation. So just go 0, 1, 2, and then just plug them in, see what happens. So I got 100 times parentheses 0.25 to the power of 0. That's 100. And it makes sense because anything to the 0 is 1. So if that's 100 times 1, it's going to be 100. Okay, it's going to be 25. I think you see where this is going. Because that would be 0.25. The first is 0.25. But when you take 100 times a number less than 1, it then makes that smaller. 6.25. Well, that's an obvious decay then. Okay, my next problem, x, y. So I go 7 ABC 8 times parentheses 18 raised to the power of 0. 7/8. Because again, even though that's 18 to the power of 0 is still 1. And then 7/8 times 1 is 7/8. I just raise it to the 1 power. That's 15 3/4. Then I click up, and I'm going to raise that to the second power, and that's going to be 283 1/2. So that's growth. Because you started with 7/8, you're multiplying by 18, growth. Okay, next one. ABC3 to the power of 0, 0.2, 0.33, 0.55. Now I know it's not growing very quickly, but it's still growing. Okay, so that's growth. Because 5 over 3, it's like 5 divided by 3. That's going to be bigger than 1. 5 out of 3 is bigger than 100%. So, okay, then the next one, 0, 1, and 2. So we have 0.7 times parentheses 1ABC5 to the power of 0. Gives me 0.7. Then to the power of 1, 0.14. Now remember, you might think that's growing, but it's actually not, because 0.7 is the same as 0.70, so you got to watch out for that. 0.028. That is decaying, because if you compare your decimals, you got 0.000710, so that's a decay. Okay, next problem. You got a little graph you're going to make. Okay. Now remember, it's not 3 times x, it's 3 to the x power. So that means we're going to put, by the way, I should do this. I will do this for you. Okay. So that means you do the -5 after you're done with everything else. You're going to have that line known as the asymptote. Okay, and it always starts at 0. But now let's find the y's that would approach that to 0. So 3 to the second power would be 9. 3 to the first power would be 3. To the 0 power would be 1. Now if I start entering negative powers, those are going to be decimals. So 0.33. They do not turn these negative. They just make you make really small numbers. Alright, now, outside operation, we got a -5, so we need to subtract 5 from all of those and from the asymptote. So 9 minus 5 is 4, 3 take away 5 is -2, 1 take away 5 is -4. 0.33 take away 5 is negative 4.67. Then 0.11 minus 5 is going to be negative 4.89. Okay, and then 0 minus 5 is negative 5. So I got to set my asymptote on the y-axis. I go to negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on a sideways line. So there's your asymptote. Then I go 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, negative 2. 0, negative 4. Okay. You just approach the asymptote. Okay. And the graph's done. It's done. Okay, now here's something with your notes. It should be easy to kind of remember. Write each equation in logarithm form. Okay. Now remember, the first thing, you write the word log, but a log is always equal to the power. Okay. Equal 4. Then the 3 is your base of the log, and then 81. Log base 3 of 81 equals 4. So again, log the power, okay, that always goes by itself on the other side of the logarithm. You got base 8, then 1 over 64. Okay, evaluate each logarithm. Okay, there's two ways you can do it. The first way is to multiply 7s till you hit 343. Okay, hopefully I can get it equal to 343 by multiplying nothing but 7s. Yep, there it is. So that's 3, so you just put equals 3. Okay, 8 to 5, 12, so 8. That's 64. Remember, we got to get it equal to 512. And if we can't do this, then we do the log over log. Okay, but I think it will work. On this page, I should say. There we are. So again, it's 3. Okay, 9. 81. Nope, I got to get it to 6,651. There we go. Okay, so it's 4. Okay, now you remember how you handle a fraction with a 1 over it. Just think of it as 16. You can do that as long as you put a negative power. Okay, so 2, trying to get it to 16. Okay, I can forget about the fact that there's a 1 over it if I just make it negative. So 4, 8, 16. That's 4 2s, so negative 4. I never had to use the log over log on that part. Okay, now this is kind of the same thing, but you don't see the logarithm, okay? What you do is you're solving for x, but x is in the power. And also, I forgot to do some here. Put that x in parentheses. I keep on forgetting to do that. So you have to find what the actual 4x is equal to first, and that's a power. Okay. Now, the two ways you can accomplish this is multiply a bunch of 3's out till you're at 243. Just put 3 equals 243, or if that doesn't work, we can use the log over the log. If that doesn't work, because these are our two basic things that we would do here. So 3 times 3 is 9, 27, 81. That, and you use a calculator. Sweet, 243. So 5, okay? So 4x equals 5. That's your power. So 4x equals 5. So we divide by 4. And that's 1.25. Okay, next problem. Now you're solving for x. Problem is x minus 4. Now 3 to the what power is 40? Well, there's two ways you can figure out the power. First, multiply 3's to get to 40. And if that doesn't work, we can use the log over the log. Okay, that's 9, 27. I'm over 40. That did not work. So what I need to do is put 3 on the bottom, 40 on top. So I take log 40 divided by log 3. Okay, 3.35 or 36, so just put 3 to the 3.36 power is approximately 40, so I put 3.36, add 4, and I have my answer. Okay, now the next problem, you got to get rid of the logarithm, okay, because you want it to look like these equations here. So your x is in parentheses, you put that by itself. This 4 over here is the power, and that's a base 4. You don't have to do anything other than find what 4 to the power of 4 is, okay? 256. Okay, now remember when you see E, I wrote you a hint, but before you go to that hint, you need to get rid of this 4. But not minus it, you divide. When it's connected to the front with no sign, it means times, so I divide. And that's 50. Didn't do a great job here giving you workspace, sorry. Now go to your ln. So ln 50. Now you have just 3x. Now I go ln 50 on a calculator, 3.91. Then I divide by 3. And I get 1.30. Okay, so x equals 1.30. Make sure you're taking good notes on this because you can use your notes on the test. Okay, number 17. I deposit $2,000 in a savings account. The account earns 3% interest per year. How much will the account be worth after 6 years? So we're going to set up the table. It's going to be your best bet on a test. Years and dollars. Years start at 0. We have $2,000 with the money. Then after the first year we multiply, but what are we going to multiply by? Well, we're going to take 100% and interest adds. So plus 3%, 103%. Okay. Okay, 2,060 times 1.03. Remember, we can stop at 6 years. We know where we're stopping at. 2,121.8, that'd be 80 cents. 2,185.45. 2,251.02. And then I'm done after this, okay, because I got to my 6th year. Okay, it was 2,388.10. Boom, right there. Okay, next one, number 18. You deposit $200 in a bank account that earns 4% interest per year. How many years will it take the account to get to 300? Now I'm going to do the same kind of thing, except now I'm trying to figure out how many years it takes to get to $300. So 0, 200. Now you take 100 you're multiplying, okay? So it's 100% plus 4%. So that would be 104%. So 200 multiplied by 1.04, 208. 216.32. Remember, you got to get 300. Maybe it'll be quick. I don't think this one looks like it's going to go particularly quick, but we keep going. 224.97. Just 1.04 is what you keep multiplying by, okay? 233.97. 243.33. 253.33. 0.06. I know it's a pain, but it's the easiest way to remember how to do it when you get to a test, okay, this way. There is an equation, but it can be hard to remember what to do. So I think this way would be your best bet. 284.66. Close, not quite to 300 yet. I think the 11th's going to take me there. Oh yeah, 307.89. 11 years is the answer. Okay, so you got, there's something you're having a hard time understanding, remember, ask me. I can explain it.